he's known to really, as he's called, be Wheezy AF. His laugh, he doesn't just laugh, he wheezes, and that's what makes him like one of the reasons that makes him a really funny guy. But he's part of these amazing people and this amazing community called Purge Valley who show love, support, help people get affiliate, and more. You're gonna see how lovely he is. He's very welcoming, always eager to give, like, help others, and always gives shout outs in his streams. Wheezy AF or Wheezy underscore AF, welcome to this new episode.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Okay, yeah, the excitement is mine actually. So the first thing I ask my guests always is, how are you today?
You know what? I'm doing wonderful. It is such a beautiful day outside, and I'm just super excited to be here. And yes, I'm doing great. How are you doing, Blue?
I am doing fantastic. I've had so much fun today. I always forget, like, time always flies when I play games on stream, and especially like cozy games like House Flipper and such.
Oh, I completely understand. Yes.
Yeah. So can you tell me about how you discovered Twitch and how you decided to become a streamer? And tell me as well a bit about your channel, please.
Yeah. So I discovered Twitch pretty much kind of when it came out. And, you know, I never was super, as you say, like into it. And then I would always have a group of friends that I would play Call of Duty with, and we'd all get together and hang out, and, you know, we'd have such a good time, and we're like, well, we need to start recording this and making YouTube. And, you know, it kind of came up to start making a Twitch channel. And so Bacon Blunt is a really, really good friend of mine, and he and I have kind of created our channels and started growing through Twitch and together, and that's kind of ended up where I am today. we just kind of kept growing.
Yeah, but like, do you remember what was the first game you ever streamed?
I believe it was Modern Warfare 3, the remake is the first one I streamed.
Okay, yeah, I'm not a fan of Call of Duty games, but I can see why people like some aspects of it, like Modern Warfare. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, like, I don't know which one, like third or fourth or even fifth, had like such backlash because the story was bad or the campaign was really, really, really bad. I don't know which one.
Yeah, there's I feel like it's a every year sort of deal with Call of Duty, and for me personally, I'm like, man, I'm done playing Call of Duty, I'm done with it. And then, you know, I see people playing, and I'm like, okay, you sucked me back in and you got me. So it's kind of how the Call of Duty franchise is with me. You know, I'll you know, I can't justify spending $70 every year, but then they put it on Game Pass, and it's like, okay, well, you guys got me again. So that's how we keep rolling with it there. So
yeah, I can see why. But you are part of Purge Valley, and one episode before yours, I had Jinx, the lovely Jinx 007, on here, and she told us how Purge Valley came to be. How about this time you tell me your experience in Purge Valley and how you came across Purge Valley?
Oh goodness, yes. So Bacon Blunt had sent me a message saying, hey, if you want to grow the channel, because we had been streaming for about 2 or 3 months at that point, and, you know, to 1 or 2 people, and he had sent me a message, if you want to grow, check out this Discord. I was like, all right. So I checked it out and started getting more and more involved and going into people's streams, and I loved the aspect of, you know, everybody helps kind of everybody within the group of people there. And I just kind of took off with it. Just went into more and more people's streams, got to meet more and more people, and that's the cool thing about Purge Valley. It's a very diverse group, and there's always somebody from here streaming, and they're all super outgoing, super kind people. And you know, the love that I give out is always reciprocated, like double is how I feel. And
Yeah.
and with that, yeah, definitely. And with that, we just kept, finding more and more people, kept growing it and growing it, and eventually I was asked to, be part of Tab Team. I was like, okay, I'll do that, and eventually, took over Tab Team, and so it really put me in a place to kind of grow Purge Valley, and I was super excited about that, to help repay some of the love that I feel like I felt received from there, and now I'm a mod. I got to bring somebody up underneath
Yeah.
me, and it's been such a learning experience on Twitch, and I love every second of it.
Yeah. There's a lot of amazing people. I think Archie was the first one who, I met Archie through someone else, and then he lingered ever since, and we stayed friends and stuff. And then I don't know who brought it up, but I'm pretty sure it's Archie. So I've never told this to anyone yet, but this is the first time saying this. Archie proposed, hey, I'm gonna send people over to lurk you and stuff, and I was like, okay. I sent him the Discord. I kind of felt scared at first, these are strangers I don't know yet. So I don't know, Libby started lurking, and I feel like it started from there, and here we are. I'm part of it officially today, and I'm working towards probably trying to get it made into a stream team.
Exactly, and that's what's so exciting about it. Yeah, is we're at the point where we can actually start getting people, helping them get partnered, and I'm super excited for where we're
affiliate. Your focus is more affiliate.
Yeah. So my focus is more on helping people get affiliated, and a lot of outreach and bringing people into the group, and there we go. Sorry,
Yeah.
Discord acted funny there, but so that's my aspect of the group is a decent amount of outreach, kind of hanging out in the group, chatting with people, trying to build relationships within Purge Valley to kind of. Twitch has such ADD, of people come in, oh, you got me what I needed, I'm going to go move on to the next biggest thing, and it's helping to kind of retain that viewership from people.
Yeah. So where did the name Wheezy AF come from? I know it's a stupid question to ask, but judging by your lap, but why did you go with that? Of all the usernames?
Yeah, so we were all hanging out in a Call of Duty lobby, and I got to laughing, and everybody started making fun of me over my laugh. The 6.0 is starting up again, the big old diesel. And I was like, well, fine. I'm just gonna, make that my name in Call of Duty. So I changed it to Wheezy AF because I was literally wheezing, and that's kind of how it came around. I was like, I love that name. It fits me. It's for Twitch, I really stuck with it because it's catchy and people can recognize it. And I don't know. It's me. I feel like, I like to have a good time in my streams. I like to, laugh a lot. We all get together and hang out and just have a good old time.
Yeah, and that's the fun of it. I initially loved helping out others, and I love being there. I've said it before and I'll say it again, sometimes, or not sometimes, most of the times I end up with a diamond or a sword in channels. Some people see what I do and stuff, and they just decide to recruit me. And I don't want people to ever think that it's becoming tedious on me. It can get a bit too much sometimes, but it doesn't overwhelm me. It's like someone holding my hand, like comforts me and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm in the same boat where it's like I know all of these great people that keep coming in my channel, but even with I can now do 3 tabs at home and still have it count. I'm still kind of stretched to try to repay everybody, and
Yeah.
everyone keeps making me a mod, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to spend much time, but I will do what I can.
I mean, yeah, same. Like when I give swords to the people or to people, it means like I trust them with my life. It means that I really like they don't really actually have to do anything while they're there.
Mm.
So yeah, basically that's
Yeah.
about it in my channel. But what's the best and worst experience you've ever had during a game? Either you were either streaming it probably or playing offline.
Oh goodness. The best I feel like is whenever we can get a win in Warzone. It's just such a high. I feel like the one that stands out the most is I have a lot of sound alerts on my channel, and I try to make it fun. So I have a 3-minute Rick roll, but it's not necessarily a Rick roll. It's Carl Weezer singing Rick roll to Carl's mom, or it's something like that. And so it goes on for 3 minutes, and it's horrible. And we're down to like the last 5 people, and people are setting off sound alerts left and right, and I can't focus, and I'm trying to pay attention, and my teammate goes down, so it's just me and 1 or 2 other people now, and I I ended up clutching it and getting the win, and it was such a empowering moment to come through all of that and get that victory.
Yeah. What's the worst experience?
Oh man, I feel like Dark Souls. I booted the game up for about 20 minutes, and I gave it the good old try. I really, really tried at it. And then I died 16 times, I think, on the same person and the same boss. And I'm like, this is not the game for me. I'm going to go play something else.
I mean, I feel that it's not most people's cup of tea, It's not mine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, trust me. I would love to get into it. I see people playing it, and I envy them, but I don't have the gung ho to beat that game.
Yeah, I feel like I don't know. Souls games are made just probably for people who like being challenged, but mostly I feel like it's made to torture people more.
I can agree with that. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you decide on what content you're gonna be streaming? Like, let's say besides Call of Duty. Okay, I've seen you do like farming simulator. Do you do that often? What's your forte? What do you feel comfortable doing more?
Yeah. So I love farming simulator. I live in such a rural part of America. Like I have 550 people in my town here. And so like I'm surrounded by these farms. And so the equipment that I get to use in Farming Simulator, actual farms use out here. And so that's been a really cool learning experience for me. And I think, so I do Farming Sim 2 nights a week. And I kind of do that so I have a chance to connect with chat. Because when you're playing the really big, stressful games like Call of Duty, there's times where you have to lock in, and I feel so bad because there might be somebody in my chat trying to say something, and I can't completely focus on it. So I try to break it up. I do Call of Duty or stressful games on the weekends, and then I'll have the chill games at nighttime during the week.
Yeah. What are your limits regarding your chat? Like, besides graphic artists, bots, or graphic artists, what can get someone banned?
I don't know. I wouldn't go so far, but if you start harassing and bullying people and they ask you to stop and you continue to do it, jokes is all fun and games if they're responding right. But if you continue to do it and you're obviously making somebody uncomfortable, first you're going to get a timeout and a warning. Hey, this is not okay. Stop this. But if you continue to do it, I mean, no, you're going to be banned. If you're going overtly, it's sexual or anything like that. I try to keep it light and try to keep everybody comfortable. I want to make a safe space, but I want everybody to feel safe at the same time. And so, my rule is if you're starting to make me uncomfortable, you're probably making the rest of my chat uncomfortable. And we'll have a warning in the chat.
Yeah.
Let you know to kind of tone it down. But if you don't listen, essentially, if you're just wild and then we'll probably end up with a ban. Yeah.
Yeah, mostly mine is more like towards like, I don't know, like maybe, okay, so my channel is basically 21 plus. I made it so because I don't mind others like flirting with me, thirsting over me, or just like directing flirty comments towards me. And we can joke sexually, and sometimes I feel like some jokes can be inappropriate even for 18-year-olds. So I had someone in chat one day, I didn't know they were 16. So one of my mods knew them, and I've seen them in his channel. And like after further investigation, and I asked him about more details regarding that person, he said he's 16. I'm like, hell no, sorry, but he's getting a ban. And yeah, because he's always, I don't mind if you're 16 and you're mature. If you're mature enough and you're 16, you would know that you won't mention your age, of course. But because I know someone who was actually 16 before, and now he's like probably 18 or 19, or 17 actually, like 2-3 years ago, and now he's like 19. He comes by every now and then, and I knew he was mature, so I didn't say anything. He streams as well, so yeah. Besides that, it's towards like racy comments. If someone has beef with me or someone else in chat, I'd rather they either take it to DMs or message me directly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty about Twitch, I feel, is you can create it to how you want your channel to be. And I love it. Every single chat I go into is different. It's so fun to support different people because you can see different little things that everybody does, and I think that's just so awesome.
Yeah, I've met awesome people, and I've met awful people as well. I've had like my fair share of drama and beef around on the platform, and I do regret some stuff I've done, but also thinking about it every now and then, I'm like, it's also not my fault because it should have been handled differently. I know I fucked up at some points, but it should have been handled differently. So I think like probably people in Europe have different cultures, like let's say Poland, Finland, Netherlands, even me, like here in the Middle East, but like everybody works different. Like sometimes I could say stuff that can come off as or rub people the wrong way, like let's say do this or do that without, like, it feels like I'm giving orders. In fact, no, this is how I talk here, or this is how we talk here, this is our culture. So yeah.
And that's exactly true. You don't know and that's why I try to warn everybody before. I'm like, hey, that's not okay here in this chat, because that means something completely different. So, before just outright banning somebody.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Like, I'm gonna share an experience with you that happened to me one time. I was using, I forgot which game I was playing, but I did slash raid and then I was raiding out, and the bar was like almost counted down, like had almost counted down, and I've seen Automod catching a few things in Russian. I've read it because I know how to read Russian. At some point, I read he had sent like several stuff, but one of them had two words. The first word, if you read it, it meant educational, but I made sure. I was like, why did Automod like mod this word since it means educational? And I scrolled down and I saw there was more. To make sure he meant something else, I Google translated it, and he was like cocksucker and like some. I'm like, he's not wrong. Yeah.
Sorry,
So
I'm not trying to laugh at you.
No, no, no.
That's just yeah, that was pretty good.
I know. Like I try to handle stuff
Yeah.
professionally, but if something like starts, or if someone tries or slowly, sporadically starts irritating me, I would just either probably DM one of my active mods in chat, tell them like, hey, handle it, you handle it. I don't want to come off as like rude or obnoxious, because when I wanna like, or when I feel pissed off or like had enough of something or someone, I can be rude. You know, that's out of my control. So yeah.
Well, and I think that's a big,
Mm.
a huge thing, is that you can recognize that within yourself, and you have the ability to handle it professionally. I think so much of that is lost, especially in the online world. People can just be so mean to each other, and things just get so heated over such a little misunderstanding too. Sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Being able to handle it professionally is such a big deal. So that I'm proud of you for that. That's a big thing.
Yeah. Okay. So how many hours per day or week, and in general, do you spend on Twitch? Not only streaming.
Oh goodness. I spend a decent amount of time. I've had to back off quite a bit here. So like Sundays are an unplugged day, and I have a wife and two little girls who are my world, and so I've really had to kind of make an unplugged day where I don't boot up the computer, I don't do anything, because then I just get sucked into it, and so I try to put the phone down and just completely unplug, and then but no, I'm on it pretty consistently. I'll have somebody tabbed up while I'm at work. I can't chat or interact, but I'll have somebody tabbed up, and just making sure the view counts, because I always try to help people out. But it's at least I would say at least 80 hours a week on Twitch.
Oh wow, yeah. I spend most of my waking hours on Twitch because okay, some people tell me like go and touch grass. They actually don't know that I go like I consider going out. Or it's not easy going out anymore here in my country. Plus, like considering it's like getting or becoming dangerous over the years with every bullshit that's going on here. But like I go out like from home to work, from work back home, and I've gotten some tickets to a concert that I'm gonna be attending. The singer is my idol, like she's local and she's worked with Marshmello before. So I've seen her like 9 times before, and this is gonna be the 10th time that I see her. And hopefully I'm aiming for a meet and greet. And this is what she usually does, actually. Like this is what she usually does.
Yeah, that's awesome. I really hope the best for you, and I'm really sorry it's getting hard to even go out.
Oh, yeah. Like you don't know when you could be like stopped, and then you could be like robbed or like killed or something.
Oh man, I'm so sorry to hear that. I really hope things can start improving there, so everybody can feel safe.
Yeah. But yeah. To the new people out there who just started streaming or are thinking about it, what's one advice you want to give them?
The best advice is it's going to take a while, but once you find your groove, keep with it. you find that thing that starts working for your channel, just, I guess the biggest advice is just don't stop.
Yeah.
Keep going at it. It's going to be hard. You're going to get demoralized. But the more you keep at it, the more you're going to be able to find your groove to be able to start growing your channel.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like that's yeah.
Yeah. So I am gonna like try and do the gaming round or the mini games. Instead of like mini games, we're gonna talk about like our like the different games that we love, um, like what we like about them, what we don't like about them, and stuff.
Mhm.
So what genre are your favorite? Like what genre is your favorite? Actually, like what do you like? You like shooter games? You like, I don't know, simulators?
Yeah, so I enjoy uh, the farming simulator. I have a hard time really getting into like House Flipper. Uh, for me, it comes down to like I have to relate to the game, and I'm not much of a decorator. I will
Mm,
say that my wife is 100% the decorator here. She's such a good decorator, and so she'll play House Flipper while at the same time I'm playing Farming Simulator because I like the big machines. Um,
yeah.
but I mean, as far as RPGs, I've always kind of played RPGs. It started off with Medal of Honor, Rising Sun. I think that was on PlayStation 1. Uh, and then eventually I had swapped over to Call of Duty and kept playing and playing. And now I'm took a break for a while on the RPGs and just video gaming period for quite
Yeah.
a while. And then
Yeah.
recently got back into it within the last couple of years here.
Yeah. I feel like games are getting bigger lately. Like, it's really hard to keep up with how big of a size they are, how expensive they're becoming. Like, for example, today we're recording on the 7th of June, and the Switch 2 had come out like already. So, what do you think of the price of and the campaign and everything that's been or you've been hearing about the Switch 2?
So as far as price, I actually haven't looked into it. Um, the because I'm more into because I play on an Xbox. Um, so I haven't really done a whole lot of research into it, if I'm being honest with you. But I know, um, like with games and stuff, they're just getting more and more expensive. Granted, they're improving significantly. I did see a commercial today for the Switch 2 and how, essentially you can have four people that can see each other while they play the racing game. I think that's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, but like
Um,
going from, let's say, their price of, I don't know, like retail price 400. Like I've called
mm,
a shop here today asking like how much is a Switch 2 being sold for, and they're like, maybe wait until next week. We're gonna get a less expensive or a cheaper batch. And I ask them, how much are you selling it for? They're like $700. I'm like, geez,
oh,
yeah. And then next week's batch is gonna be like $400. I'm like, probably gonna get this. Yeah.
I'm going to be waiting. I can be
Yeah.
patient.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Even though I told myself like I want to wait until October prior to the new Pokemon's release. So I don't know why I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
buying it now. But let's talk about the price of the cartridges as well. Like, what do you think about them? Or probably speculations that the games are gonna be like original games are gonna be like $90.
Oh my goodness, that is
Mm,
crazy.
yeah.
What is it? It just recently raised the price of Xbox games.
Oh, did
I
they?
think from 70 to 80. Yeah.
Okay.
I think they did. Correct me if I'm wrong here.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I
I'm
think
more
that
of
is,
I'm more of a PlayStation guy.
yeah, so they are $80 now. And that, I come from the days where they were 49.95. I feel so old when I say that. Oh my goodness. Uh,
Yeah.
back in my day, it was
Back in my day.
but I feel like it's getting kind of out of hand, a little bit outrageous, but like, and then you get into a game and you see the graphical improvements and you're like, oh, okay, it makes a little bit more sense because there's a whole lot more work, man hours, and time going into this
Yeah. Yeah.
to make it a good game. Yeah.
But big companies are getting greedier and greedier lately. Like
Hmm.
PlayStation's price for like upgrading a game, like from, let's say you had a PS4 and you want to upgrade to PS5, you could probably either try and, if you're lucky enough, like I am sometimes, you could have the upgrade for free, or you could just like pay $10 or $20 just to upgrade it. But I've never ran into this thing, you know. But
Hmm.
like having already like previously released games releasing or re-releasing on the Switch and being sold or rebranded for Switch 2 for $90 is like crazy, you know.
That is pretty wild.
Yeah,
And $90 per game.
yeah,
And I think they might just start ending up pricing themselves out of a market, or not. I mean, I don't know how loyal the Nintendo crowd is, but that's pretty wild to me. For,
yeah,
for $90, that's expensive.
yeah. I think I recall someone either in my stream or someone else's stream saying that I think it was in my stream earlier. They said like Nintendo wanted to take more time polishing and just working on Pokemon Violet and Scarlet, since they released them like Scarlet and Violet and those like two games together, you know. And they wanted to polish it more, but then Game Freak was like, no, let's just release it, let's just do it and call it here. And I think that's a really bad thing to do, because one, you need to really have a polished game at least to make it work, because at some points I was even streaming Violet and Scarlet, or I have Violet, so in the water the frame rate went down to 10. I'm not even kidding.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. And if you look at certain angles, like let's say I'm trying to catch a Squirtle or a Lapras or like any fish Pokemon, like let's say I'm looking at them like northeast, it lags. If I turn around and look like southwest, it works fine. Like I've heard today my friend telling me that they fixed that. Hopefully we'll see some changes. But there's also some drifting still in the Joy-Cons, I've heard. So I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That seems to be a going rate too. Is when a new game is released, yeah, you're paying the $80 for it, but you're buying 80, $90, but you're also buying a semi-broken game.
Yeah. Yeah.
For say like Farming Simulator, when that was released, that was so buggy. People were saying, just don't go buy this game. It's not worth it. Continue playing the old version because it's way better. And I ended up experiencing a whole bunch of bugs and a lot of lag, and it was tough playing it. And I feel like companies are going to start losing their fan base if they can't release a
Yeah.
decently put together game.
Not only that, but like let's say The Sims, I don't know if you've heard, like they're rebranding The Sims, like not rebranding, but like they're keeping The Sims 4 going. And then when they announced Project Tornado like a couple years ago, they were like, we have a new Sims coming, and people thought it was Sims 5. And when EA just said like it's gonna be another mobile game, the community went angrier than anyone can ever get. And They were like, what about Sims 5? They're like, we're canceling Sims 5 because there were rumors circulating that Sims 5 will release alongside Sims 4 and they're going to be keeping Sims 4, but Sims 5 is going to be free. Everything else you're going to have to pay for. Multiplayer is going to be free, and yada yada yada. But like now they're doing a graphics overhaul. I don't know why or how this is going to work. It's like it's over 12 years old, guys. Come on, but we know EA very greedy.
Very greedy, and yeah, that seems to be a going trend is to keep the investors happy. Which without investors, you don't have a game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yeah, it's getting to be a pretty tough world out there. I'll say that.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, like, Inzoi is another game that came out that's compared to The Sims, made by either the publishers or the developers of PUBG and Dinkum. Like, they made Inzoi. And Inzoi, graphically, it's way better than Sims, Like, way better. It doesn't have a lot of stuff, given that it released in March 2025, but I feel like if The Sims look at that aspect in a way and learn from that, they could probably like back out or back away from what they said and like probably try and make The Sims 5.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and do it that way rather than. But there's other companies that are doing this, and they're kind of doing it well. With like Sea of Thieves is still a pretty popular game, even though it released. I can't remember when it released. Really recently, quite a while ago. But it's still a relevant game because they continually, upgrade and work on this game.
2018.
You're not having to go out and buy any game.
2018.
Yeah. So and that's in the gaming world, that is such an old game, but I still know tons of people that play Sea of Thieves, and I was actually starting to stream the Sea of Thieves for a while there too myself.
I was gifted Sea of Thieves like fairly recently. Someone gifted it to me, and I enjoyed it. I kind of didn't like the first person aspect of it, but I enjoyed it. But there's something off-putting about it, like when people wanna like troll you or try and like just rob you, but they have like the LGBT flag. I've been told like when people, even like if they're not part of the LGBT community, they can have this flag, and believe it or not, it's called the come fuck me flag. Like, we'll fuck with you no matter what. Like, we're gonna troll you, this is kind of like something very offensive towards us, and I wish it wasn't called that.
I agree with that, and I guess that changes my opinion of that game a little bit, because trolls are going to troll, unfortunately. But that, I try to avoid anything that could be offensive. So thank you for telling me about that. I actually had no idea.
Yeah, but you can probably try and avoid them, but I don't know how chance is going to like work in your favor in that aspect,
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't know if you've heard or if you're keeping up with like more gaming news and stuff, but I'm sure you've heard of the recent Pokemon versus Palworld thing.
Actually, I have not. I try to stay up on it, but because I'm spending so much time on, like I said, I've pretty much cut out YouTube and all of that, and kind of been just focusing on Twitch. So it's kind of hurt me in that aspect a little bit.
Yeah, no, but like, so Pokemon is coming after Palworld because they're saying that, okay, you copied or you tried stealing our models, or you're doing kind of like the same idea as us, but Palworld has guns. You could like tame, like, okay, same mechanics as Pokemon, like taming, capturing, battling and stuff, but you're doing like in Palworld, you're doing more of the battling yourself. Like you're hitting, you're shooting pals. There is also a part where you can butcher them.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah, it's besides that, it's really fun to play. But so there's even more beef now because Sony is backing up Pal World, and now it's like practically Nintendo versus Sony.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. Um, are are you a fan of anything comic book related
Unfortunately, I have not been.
or
I grew up
superheroes?
in. Uh, I know like some of the Marvel ones, but not as
Yeah,
much as I wish I did.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so do you let your daughters play games sometimes?
Oh yeah, they love playing
Mm,
Minecraft. They love playing a House Flipper as well. They'll flip
mm,
their own houses.
yeah. But let's say in the future, I don't know if how long Twitch is gonna be around, but let's say they come up to you and say, "Dad, we wanna stream on Twitch," and they're old enough because Twitch is like, I know Twitch is 13 plus, but let's say they're 16. Would you be
Mhm.
with or against?
Oh, I would be totally for it. I would want to
Yeah,
be the moderator for sure.
yeah,
Um, their safety is number one, and they're
yeah,
I'm always careful. I try to be careful about where I'm completely located. And I don't know, my family's my life,
yeah.
and I'm trying to do everything I can to keep them safe. So,
Oh yeah,
in that aspect, I would make sure that I'm there and I can protect them. But I for sure go for it.
yeah,
If
yeah,
that's what you want to do, go.
yeah. What's your opinion on like game sizes? Like now, let's say GTA 6 has been postponed to next year. I think either May or June of 2026, one or the other. Uh, People are speculating it to be like around 200 gigabytes or so. Like in the near future, in your opinion, how do you think people are gonna keep up? Like, what about like storage space and stuff? Do you think there will be uh, more or less storage devices, or are you gonna? Do you think like they're all gonna become like cloud based or something?
I really think they're going to start going more and more towards cloud gaming, at least in the Xbox world for sure. Uh, Call of Duty is 450 gigabytes,
Everything,
and
not only the base game.
for for base game in Warzone, it's like in I think single player too,
Whoa!
where you're PVE,
Oh my
and
god!
it's 450 gigabytes. Yeah, and that was a huge hiccup for two or three friends of mine that are like, I want to download it, but I don't want to download 450 gigabytes of stuff that I'm only going to play one section of this game for.
Yeah,
And it's insane. It's massive. Like I have a 1 terabyte hard drive on the Xbox, and I'm already running. I've ran out of space multiple times because Call of Duty is so big.
yeah,
But it's a game that I enjoy. Um, so I'm still gonna have it, but
yeah,
I feel like Box is very much so cloud-based gaming is where they're gonna go. Um, Not necessarily for like when ping matters, like in Call of Duty, where the first shot makes all the difference. Because there is definite input lag there, but like I'll go and I can play Farming Simulator on my lunch break at work just off of my phone and an Xbox controller, um, just off of the Xbox Cloud Gaming
yeah,
app that they have there, and so that aspect has been really nice because I can kind of play wherever, and as long as I have a connection.
yeah, yeah. Um, do you game while you're on vacation? Like, do you always have, let's say, take a Switch with you, or if you have the Steam Deck, like when you have downtime or when you can put the kids to bed, and let's say the wife is tired and she went to bed, and you don't want to watch TV, do you game still?
So Uh, typically no. We if we go, it's camping, and excuse me, where we go camping out here, we're we're camping in places that we don't have necessarily cell phone service.
Yeah.
Um, but if I felt like if I had the chance, I would probably boot up like Farming Simulator, and
Mm.
that's my comfort game. So I'd probably be just focusing on that.
I mean, I feel like growing up, I had a DS. I still have them. Like I had a DS Lite and then a DSi or DSi, because the DS Lite just became a little bit broken at some point because I got it secondhand, and then I bought DSi like myself. It's still in very good condition. I play it to this day. I have an R4. An R4 is basically like a cartridge where you could have like games ripped from the cartridges
Oh,
and stuff
nice.
like emulation, but it's not a bad thing here where I live. Like most people do it, even still around the world. Even some people do it in the U.S. still. But
Mhm.
having grown up around like gamer cousins, when they used to come visit from either Abu Dhabi in Emirates, or probably they're touring the world because their mom is the secretary of the ambassador of Lebanon in Emirates. So, you know, they make a lot of money. So they used to come over and sleep, and like I used to go up there when I was a teenager on Saturday and Sunday, and during that time we would exchange games, cartridges, probably like consoles as well, like PSPs. I would always sleep or play some GTA. Those GT, what are they called? Like Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories, the ones that
Oh
were
yeah.
on the PSP. Yeah, and I always enjoyed them. And I wanted a PSP of my own, so I got one. And at a later point, I did what I did with the PSP, what I did with the Nintendo. So I started downloading the games myself and playing them. And I didn't finish Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep because it was on the PSP. I didn't quite finish it, but I'm planning to do it now since it's in the whole collection that they released for consoles, like current gen consoles and PC and stuff. So I have it on PS4, but the PS5 can read it. So
Mm.
Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite franchises. Have you ever played any game?
Yeah, I haven't played any of the Kingdom Hearts. No, there's so many games in so little time. I swear.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Um,
Yes.
okay, so I'm still gonna play like a fun game. This is a really quick mini game. You don't need like brain power or anything. You might need to think about stuff, but it's not like very hard decisions, you know? It's kind of
Okay.
like it's called Rename the Game. So the goal of this mini game simply consists of coming up with different names or changing one word from a game title actually. If the game title has like two or more words in it, you can easily change them or replace one word with the other. So today's word is gonna be Wheezy.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's say I said Alan Wheezy. You can look at your Steam library. You could say Grand Theft Wheezy 5, and we could use the like different games from the same franchise over and over again. We will take turns over the like 2 minutes duration, and we will see who like the last person that says the game or a name of a game at the end of the timer when the timer ends wins. It's easy.
Okay.
I can start with Wheezy Cry 4.
Good one. Dead Wheezy.
Age of Wheezy 2.
Banjo Wheezy.
Uh, hmm, Monster Hunter Wheezy.
Battlefield Wheezy.
That's a good one. Assassin's Wheezy Mirage.
That's a good one too. Bro Wheezy.
Uh, Batman Wheezy Asylum.
Burnout Wheezy.
That's a good one. I love the Burnout games.
Burnout is a good game.
Yeah. Dying Wheezy 2.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm.
Dragon Wheezy 2.
Wheezy Rising.
I got to do this one. Farming Wheezy
Oh my god.
25.
Goat Wheezy 3 or Wheezy Simulator 3, whatever you want.
Grand Theft Wheezy.
The first one?
Yes.
Okay, Grand Theft Wheezy 4.
Joy Wheezy Turbo.
Star Wars Jedi Fallen Wheezy.
Need for Wheezy.
Need for Wheezy 2.
Let's see here. Plants vs. Wheezy, Garden Warfare.
Oh my god, that's a good one. Let's see. Wheezy Coaster.
Ooh. Sea of Wheezy.
That's a nice one. That's all the time we have. Like 2 minutes are over, and you said the last game, so you win basically.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so the third one is very easy and very quick. It's called This or That. You have to choose or pick one of the two things that I ask from the following. Which one you prefer
Okay.
more? Twitch or YouTube?
Twitch.
Okay, day or night?
Day.
Coffee or soft drinks?
Definitely coffee.
Okay, calm music or vibrant music?
Ooh. We'll go Vibrant.
Okay, blue sky or Twitter?
Twitter.
Okay, summer or winter?
Definitely summer.
Beach or mountains, probably forests?
Definitely mountains and forest.
So segment 3 is kind of like a lightning round, quick fire questions or general questions actually. So
Okay.
do you mind telling me and the listeners what's your daily routine? Like something you always like to do and now has become a regular thing?
Let's see here. I've come up with a breakfast that works for me. So for breakfast, I wait till I get to work, and then I'll have 2 cheese sticks and a yogurt, and then a granola bar. So that's one thing I do kind of every single day is have those 3 for breakfast.
Nice. Yeah. Like speaking of that, like I come from a family with like eating disorder and probably a little bit of body dysmorphia on that topic. So I kind of ended up with an eating disorder, and I've been battling it for like ages now. And recently I've put on a lot of weight that's not only bothering me, but it's also affecting my heart. And some clothes that I love don't fit me anymore. So I've gone on the pill. Like I'm using something like Ozempic, and I'm seeing results. Like it's not actually a bad thing because it's also like a dietary supplement, you know?
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and those are hard to kick. So I'm definitely very proud of you for not necessarily kicking it, but
Yeah.
trying to manage it to a point where you're healthy. So that's congratulations on that.
Thank you. Like my work involved mostly me sitting around most of the time in front of a few computers, mixers at work since I work at a radio station. So it I can't always be active, but I try when I can. It's not that I don't want or I feel lazy. It's just like it's taking up my time, and I try to hydrate a lot, and that's helping me. So I've kind of adopted that routine recently.
Well, good for you. That's definitely something to
Yeah,
be proud of.
yeah. What's your biggest pet peeve?
Open mouth chewing.
Yeah. Mine
Can't
would.
do it.
Oh my God, yeah. I really hate when people like make noise when they eat. But one of my parents, my dad actually, speaks with his mouth open, and when he has food in his mouth, and I'm like, please don't do that. Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Mine would be lying, but when you're lying and it's not in the right place, like I don't mind a white lie. I don't mind if you're lying to get out of a situation, but like just outright lying, just to lie, is a big no-no to me. I'll always, everything is a boomerang. That's what I tell people. Like, even if you lie now, I'm gonna end up finding out about it later on. So yeah,
Lying just for the sake of making yourself look better.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And people who are like show-offs and they have that pick me attitude, I hate that.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah. If you could stay one age forever, what age would you choose?
Ooh. So I feel like I would pick 35. I spent a lot of my life lost with little to no direction,
Hmm.
and I've started just now. So I'm 37 now. So within the last couple of years, being able to find a direction that I want to go with for the
Yeah.
rest of my life. Dealing with stuff that has happened to me in the past, and actually being able to communicate better with my wife. I feel like that would be the age, because that's where I started that off.
Yeah. If I could choose an age for myself, I'd probably say either 26 or 27, or maybe even 22, because I was like at the height of not only my like physical appearance, but also like if we say 26 or 27, I was becoming even more and more mature about things. Like now, when I'm in my 30s, I see things in a different perspective.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all about that perspective for sure.
Yeah. If you were ever to be any creature or object, that creature being real or fictional, what would you be and why?
The first thing that comes to mind is a penguin.
Ooh,
Yeah.
like you're the first person to ever say that. Like, pick that animal.
Oh, cool. Well, that's
Mm.
exciting. I don't know. I love the way they walk, the family aspect of them, where the father takes over, and they all huddle in a ball in the Arctic in the super cold weather to keep the eggs safe, and it's all about teamwork with them.
Yeah.
But it's also super close family related with them as well. So I think that might be why I identify it as a penguin.
That's cool. Mine would be, if we're talking animals, like real animals, not like fictional creatures, I would probably say a cheetah. Not only because they're fast or anything, but they're actually domestic. Like, they don't hurt humans, they won't eat you or bite you, and they grow even more affectionate if you took care of them from when they were small. Like, because I've seen several videos of cheetahs. Cheetahs are all in all are just like gigantic cats, literally gigantic cats.
Oh, that's awesome. I didn't know that about cheetahs. So hey, I get to learn something today.
Yeah, but even their like sound, or the sound they make, their cry is a meow, literally a meow.
Is it really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They don't roar, they don't do anything. This is why I kind of love these. But also, if we're talking mythical, I would be a Toonie Pegasus, like a unicorn with two horns and wings.
Oh,
Yeah,
I've never heard of it. I'll have to look it up.
yeah. Um, would you rather have a pause or a rewind button in your life?
I feel like life moves so fast. I would
Mm.
love a pause button.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Um, what's your comfort off-stream game?
Believe it or not, it's farming simulator. For a while it was Minecraft, but
Mm,
it just it's such a calm game, and it's
yeah,
repetitive. You know what to expect within it, and that's definitely my comfort game.
yeah. What's one thing you spend a lot of money on besides games?
Do children count?
Yeah, anything?
Yeah. I feel like we definitely do everything we can to give my girls a good life.
Mm. If you had one special superpower, what would it be and why, and how would you use it?
Again, I feel like pausing time is
Mm.
is a good one.
Like time
I
warping and
just
stuff?
Yeah, being able
Kind
to
of.
just kind of pause time and
Yeah,
or just slow it down significantly. So you either get a whole bunch of stuff done super quick, or
yeah,
if you want to go travel the world, it's not a big, you don't miss, you don't have to pack it all in once. You can just take your time to enjoy.
yeah, yeah. Um, what would you do if you were given or if you won $1 million?
I feel like we definitely set up a college fund for my kiddos,
Mm,
take care of them that way. And then, we bought a fixer-upper house that we've been slowly fixing up,
yeah,
and so we'd probably complete that project with a decent amount of the rest of it, and then at least 2 or 3 vacations. It's a lot to pack in.
I can imagine. I can imagine. I would
Um,
probably like like spend some things on myself. Uh, I would probably like give some of it to my parents, especially my mom. I could just probably travel the world easily without having to worry about like saving up because recently saving up has been a hassle, but also easy because I don't make a lot of money, well, considerably. Thank God every second, $600 a month. But it's still not as enough as you think it is, you know?
mhm. Yeah, it nothing seems to go as far as it did. Again, I'm sounding so old. Excuse me.
Nah,
Like, it's just everything is getting so expensive lately, and it
yeah,
is a little worrying.
yeah.
At least from a father aspect.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, what's your opinion about AI?
Ah, hmm. I think AI is a good thing
Mm,
to a point. I feel like AI gets so overused that we're missing out on a lot of stuff that, trial and error, that's what makes us human. So we're just immediately jumping to like what we feel like is the best result without going through the challenges to get there.
mm,
Uh, so in that aspect, I feel like it could be a bad thing, but the stuff that can come out of it is amazing. Just looking
yeah.
at the video game world, the AI generation within the video game world is astounding in my
Oh,
mind.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, do you believe, or have you ever seen Detroit Become Human? Uh, the game?
I've seen bits of gameplay of it, but I haven't actually played the game or
Yeah.
completely know the storyline of it.
Not only that game, but also the movie I, Robot just kind of predicted what's gonna happen like in the next decade. Because specifically, Detroit Become Human has delved deeper into that aspect, and I think the 2030s are gonna be wild with, especially with like AI, um, even more AI. Actually, like some of them going rogue, others I don't know, like taking our jobs. Living Between Us and stuff.
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
it could get wild.
yeah. Okay. What's one of your all-time favorite songs?
Oh, uh, that's a bit of a challenging one.
Or you could
I
say
have,
maybe if you love a recent song, recently released song, and you're keeping it on repeat, that could be your option as well.
yeah, and honestly, recently it's been a lot of like dance and techno and stuff on
Mm,
repeat that I've been listening to,
mm,
just because I love the peppiness of it and it gets me going and helps me motivate to get stuff done.
yeah,
Definitely around the house and everything too. But like the Gorillas, any of their songs are always gonna have a special place in my heart.
yeah. I love EDM music. Everything that has to do with EDM, like deep house, dubstep, even synthwave, which is considered electronic music. I love every aspect of them. There is a new song recently released by Ellie Goulding and Marshmello. Let me look up Ellie Goulding, Marshmello. Let me look up the name of it. It's called Save My Love. I really love it because Ellie Goulding, I don't know if you know the song Love Me Like You Do, La La Love Me Like You Do. Nobody has not heard it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's the
Yes, I've
singer
heard
on
that.
that song. She's Ellie Goulding. So I love what she does with her music because I remember at some point she said like she's a big fan of EDM, like electronic dance music, and she would never say no to an EDM collab. But having her collaborate with known DJs, it's just like exciting. And we're seeing
That's
more
awesome.
resurgence in that genre again. Because at some point it was like back to rap, R&B, hip hop. It was getting
Mm,
like so repetitive because rap music or rap songs topping the charts every now and then. Nothing but like hip hop music. Just I feel like other genres need to have a chance or have a break. You know?
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I can understand that.
yeah.
Speaking of which, OK Val is another great one.
Oh,
Uh, she just released a new song, Techno SH, but
okay.
it's such a motivating song that I definitely have kept that one on repeat.
Oh, that's interesting. I never heard of her.
Yeah, OKAYVAL, and I definitely enjoy her stuff.
That's interesting. I'll look her up after this. What's one of your all-time favorite movies?
Ooh. Interstellar, if I had to pick one.
What's one of your all-time favorite TV shows or series?
Um, I want to say The Office. I love that show so much.
Hmm. I started watching it like today because
Did you?
I had no idea that with Amazon Prime Gaming, you also get access to Amazon Prime Video. So I was like, I've had this for a while now and I didn't know. Wow.
Right? Isn't it
Yeah.
always a fun plus when that happens?
I mean, it is, but like
Yeah.
I don't know, it kind of sometimes can be too late because you either are already watching that series somewhere else or you've watched it and like it's never too late though, but now that I think about it.
That's very true. Very
Yeah.
true. Never ever too late to do anything.
Yeah. Um what's one thing or person you cannot live without?
My family.
Okay. If your life was ever made into a video game or a movie, what would it be titled and why?
Never stop. I feel is a
Nice.
good title.
Nice.
Um, I've 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 been through a whole lot of stuff within my past,
Hmm.
and the one main thing that has gotten to where I am today, to where I can start doing the things I really enjoy, is the ability to never give up, to always continue to go and and just never stop.
Yeah,
Um,
Mine would be called WTF or dot or what now.
I love dot dot dot. That one, that one gets
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
I
because
like it.
like okay, like sometimes I don't have any comment about what's going on around me, and I feel like okay, moving on. Yeah.
I like it. I really enjoy it.
Okay. Which of these three things would you give up if you ever had to? Money, gaming, or love?
Money.
Okay. When's the last time you stepped out of your comfort zone?
I feel like I do that every every time I hit that go live button.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I build it up so much in my head to always try to put on a good show and make everybody feel good. And
Yeah.
I put a lot of pressure on myself to make other people smile, because that's all I've ever really wanted to do is help people have a better day,
Yeah.
and to kind of create change in their life, and to show them that you do matter, and it is worth living. So
Oh
uh,
yeah. Yeah.
I've never been one to like put myself out there like I do on Twitch. So it's definitely a big
Hmm.
change for me.
Yeah. Twitch has been like a life-changing experience for many people. Not only myself, but I've never one day ever imagined I'd be on Twitch. I came across Twitch because of one of my favorite YouTubers, or he used to stream on Twitch at the time in 2020. Call me Kevin, and I have a command that plays my favorite, um, a small clip of one of his videos, where if you do exclamation mark CMK, call me Kevin, in my chat there's a video of him playing The Sims, and there's like two toddlers dancing, but he fast forwarded them, so they're in like fast forward, and there's dubstep music playing in the background, and he's saying the kids are just downstairs vibrating. He is so funny. Like he's one
That's
of the
awesome.
people I want to meet or I look up to one day. And he even says in his videos like, "Why do you guys watch me? Like, why am I famous?"
That's good. That's why. Why am I famous? Why do you watch me?
No,
I like it.
he
I love it when
mm,
they everybody can just be real.
yeah. He took a step back from Twitch, where he only goes live if there's like an event, like a charity event or something. And recently, he used to just post every day or every so often on YouTube. And he was like, he made me cry because I cannot imagine a world without my favorite content creator and the person I look up to in gaming. And I got this PC to play GTA RP because of him. And seeing that he was gonna take a step back from YouTube made me feel a certain way. Whereas in like, okay, I felt like he's not gonna disappear from YouTube. He's still gonna be there, but it's not gonna be as consistent as before, and that hit me in such different like places.
Mhm.
Okay, if you had an alter ego, what would it be named, and what would they do?
Ah, I feel like it would. I don't know the name, but I feel like they would do what the movie Patch Adams, where they go
Mm,
in and they make people's day and they help them feel better.
yeah,
That's always been my goal, is to help people feel happy. And if I can do that, even as an alter ego, then I'm winning.
yeah. Mine would be I kind of like unleashed that alter ego on my friend's stream, Michael Nothing, one time when we were playing Sketchy's Contract together. And he usually has that redeem where he's like, he has to, or it's hee haw time, he has to speak because he's from Texas. He has to speak in a Texan accent for like 10 minutes. And then I decided to partake in that. And since I can't do any accents, I decided to just do Valley Girl. And I chose a very, very bitchy Valley girl. And I called her KK or Chlamydia Kardashian.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. And she would be like a real bitch. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, every time he would like talk to me during those 10 minutes, I would be like, oh my God, you're still talking? Shut up, bitch. Like, I would feel like it would be the opposite of who I am if I had an alter ego.
Right.
Yeah.
Be
Okay.
the evil
Yeah.
blue.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has evil and everybody has good in them,
Hmm.
I feel. But they're like the yin and yang. But there's the catch. So you have to know when to use your good and when to use your evil, or how to use your evil.
Very true.
Yeah. So if you're being toxic, rude, a bastard to me or anyone else around me, I would retaliate like no tomorrow. But
Mhm.
if you're just being mean or rude just to be rude, no, I will show you my evil side because I use my evil side for good.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Yeah. Um Going back to superpower, I think you said pausing time. I didn't say mine. Mine would be teleportation.
Teleportation, just kind of go wherever you
Mm.
want.
Yeah, because everything's expensive nowadays, and I feel like I want to just snap my finger and go visit you. 1 second I'll be there. Then when it's time to go home,
There
I
you go.
snap my finger again and I'll be back home.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. What's your biggest insecurity?
I would say my skin. Um, I,
Mm.
I don't know if many people know this, but I do have a skin disorder where
Oh.
I get cut very easy.
Mm.
Um, and I it's not that I try to hide it, but I don't let it
Yeah.
define who I am and what I do. And
Yeah.
when I'm walking down the road and people are like, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" It's an innocent
Yeah.
question and people care. But at the same time, it's like when you're answering it for the sixth time in the same day, it
Mm.
it can easily become an insecurity for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, mine would mine sometimes creeps up on me. Like my biggest insecurity is like being sent to oblivion after if I ever disappear, like being forgotten, which is kind of like I'm insecure about. Like, okay, sometimes I'm like because I have ADHD, and with ADHD comes a lot of things. One of them is impulsivity, and I act very impulsively all the time. Sometimes it could get me in a heap of trouble, and it could end up sometimes in a ban. But other times I'm like, okay, why did I do that? Like I could have did this in a different way, if you know what I mean. So that's
Hmm.
that's my insecurity.
I can understand that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If you had the chance to switch lives with one celebrity from today, for one day, who would you pick and why?
I feel like I would say Tom Hanks.
Hmm.
For some reason, he's the first one that comes to mind.
Hmm.
I love his movies, and I feel like getting to know him a little bit better would be a good thing. He
Oh
just
yeah.
seems like a good down to earth person.
Yeah. Mine would be I used to say like Kim Kardashian because I just wanna like see what happens behind the scenes and probably smuggle some of her money to my family. But
Hmm.
recently, I really am very curious about like because she's my favorite singer and I would definitely want to see a day in her life. Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, really? Okay,
Hmm.
nice.
Yeah. Okay. What's your biggest irrational fear?
Uh, I hate spiders.
Oh wow.
I'm terrified of spiders. I'm
Mm.
facing it slowly. But yeah, for some reason, spiders are. I don't know how irrational it is, but I'm not a huge fan of them. No.
I can feel that. I can feel that. Mine would be most definitely like I'm weird. I'm weird in a way where like people some people hate killer or clowns actually. Other people hate like I don't know, porcelain dolls, let's say. Others hate like uh, spiders or anything. To me, I am terrified of balloons. Like I had an experience as a kid where sorry, I had an experience as a kid where I was like uh, I used to live in a neighborhood in the capital in Beirut, and out of the blue, my neighbor's or our neighbor's son decided to pull a prank on me, and he popped a balloon in my face, literally in my face. It covered my whole face because it was rubber, and he popped it
Oh,
like so hard, and it covered my face, and I tried peeling it off, and it hurt.
oh goodness.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can understand how that would leave a lasting impression on you.
yeah. Okay. Um,
Yeah.
the following questions are food related.
Okay.
What's your favorite drink of choice?
Drink of choice. So are we talking alcoholic or
Your
like just
call.
a?
You can say both.
Okay. All right. I like, honestly, for alcoholic, I like any light beer
Mm.
is my jam.
Hmm.
My favorite is there's a huckleberry flavored beer
Huckleberry.
that's only,
Mm.
yeah, that's only sold up. We can only find it up where I'm living here in Montana. Um, definitely a very very good drink.
Oh, interesting.
Uh,
Huckleberries are small dark blue to purple berries that grow on shrub-like plants, often found in the underbrush of forests. Hmm. Oh, they're related to
yeah,
both blueberries and cranberries, and are smaller than blueberries but sweeter than cranberries. That's interesting.
yeah, and so there's where I'm at. It's a huge huckleberry area, growing area. So they're always like readily available, pretty much.
Yeah,
Like at least flavored things. So it's you can kind of find it wherever.
yeah.
But yeah, as far as regular drinks, I love me some orange juice.
Oh, I love OJ.
Yep, yep, yep,
Uh,
yep.
mine is my like alcoholic wise. I love a Jaeger bomb, but I do the Jaeger. I make a Jaeger bomb with a twist. It's usually like you put I don't know. You fill probably half a cup with energy drinks, and then you put in a shot of Jaeger, right?
Mm-hmm.
I add vodka and I add a seltzer or a sparkling water to it.
Okay, interesting.
Hmm.
So a little bit of a twist there for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because like I don't drink soda. I just cut off soda, and if I want to drink something that's close to it, there are like powder drinks that are like the highest one of them has like 8 or 9 calories.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so normal drink, I adore carrot juice.
Carrot juice. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Carrot juice
My
is pretty good.
my day
I
would
like it.
be upside down, and just if I was given carrot juice, I would be the happiest person on earth.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah. What's the weirdest food you've ever tried?
Oh, oh man. We're at some fancy buffet in
Mm,
Colorado is where I grew up. And
mm.
we I got what I thought was popcorn chicken, but as I started to eat it, I realized it was just deep fried baby squid.
Oh,
And it was very it was very jarring experience, and I was like, why is this so chewy? And then I
mm.
picked up like this deep fried squid, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why.
Yeah, I've had squid, but I don't know if it was. I think it was cooked, yes, but it was like put like my cousin likes to experiment, you know, with food and stuff, and she was like instead of like she took everything that's curry related, um, and instead of like putting chicken and those things, she
Mhm.
put instead like she mixed the curry, what's it called? The spices made the rice look a little bit lime greenish or yellow or green colored, and she put baby squids in there.
Oh, oh no.
And I was like trying to eat around, but I couldn't escape it because my dad had already poured me a dish when I tried like pouring around, and he was like, if you happen to get a squid, just put it away or like spit it out. And the first bite I took had a squid. Two things, two things went off in my mind, and I said them
Oh
out loud.
no.
I was like, "Why is this yummy and why is it chewy?" And get it out of my mouth. And then I swallowed it. I was like, "That's yummy. It tastes kind of like shrimp."
I would say there's a shrimp-esque to it. Yeah, yeah.
Mm. Okay. Uh,
Oh, good.
what's your favorite comfort food of all time?
If I had to pick something of all time, comfort food wise, I would say
Mm.
shepherd's pie.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's kind of different, but uh, uh, just the potatoes mixing with like the beef and the vegetables. There's just something about it that is comforting to me.
Mm. Uh, mine would be uh, probably chocolate or pineapple pizza. Like,
Okay.
yeah. Um, if you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would you eat? And or actually, what would it be?
It would be like a cheeseburger
Oh wow.
because they can come. Well, there's so much variety. You can get eggs on it. You can put barbecue sauce and jalapenos,
Mm,
and it becomes a Western burger. Or yeah, I feel like a hamburger has so many different varieties. I would be okay with that.
mm. Okay. Um, what's your favorite or a traditional meal from your state or country that you want to introduce people to?
Ooh, that's a good question. Trying to think because there's a lot of um, like beef related stuff. So like a really really good steak. If it's cooked in a skillet with mushrooms and butter,
Mm,
that is the best steak I've ever had. So if I could introduce that to people, I feel like I would introduce that at least locally here.
I mean, that already sounds tasty. Mine would be, uh, if I recommend, it's something called tawuk, like marinated chicken in a pita bread wrapped. You put garlic sauce and you eat it with either French fries inside of the wrap with ketchup, mayo. Oh my god, I'm just drooling right now. And you have some, you can add like tomatoes, you could add cabbage with it.
Oh,
Just try
see,
it.
see now
It's
you're
so good.
now my mouth is watering. Thank you. That sounds good.
So the next segment is called Truth Serum. Uh, in this segment, Wheezy and I will be playing something similar to Never Have I Ever, with a twist at the end. The rules are simple. I will ask 10 rapid questions, and you'll have to say, I have, if you've done it, and I have not, if you haven't done it, depending on the situation. At the end, you have to confess something that you've done on Twitch or maybe IRL. It's up to you, that you regret and you wish you had never done. And not necessarily on Twitch. It could be like over social media or something. But yeah. First
okay.
question is, have you ever stolen something?
I have, yes.
Have you ever taken drugs?
Not illegally.
Have you ever eaten something off the floor?
Yes.
Have you ever lied about something and it then got called out for it?
Yes.
Have you ever cheated on someone? Can be a lover or a friend.
Technically, no.
Have you ever taken or borrowed something from someone and broke it?
No.
Have you ever hurt someone? Can be either physically or virtually, probably been toxic or mean.
Yes.
Have you ever been kicked out of a place?
No.
Have you ever driven drunk or drunk texted someone?
No.
Have you ever gone streaking or swam naked?
No.
Okay, confessional time. I would like to hear a confession from you about something very bad that you've done, whether online, as I said, or IRL, that you regret so much and which you've never done.
The one thing that comes to my mind is in the beginning of our relationship with my wife. Once we were married, I wasn't. Nothing ever happened physically with other people. However, I had an issue with pornography, and it cut and hurt her very deep, and I had lied about it a lot. And for me, watching her face fall as I, tell her, yes, I did this. That was a very, very hard thing to do. And, throughout the years, I give her so much credit for sticking with our marriage and going through that hard point. That, where we're at now, we're the happiest we've ever been. But it wouldn't have been that way if I hadn't taken accountability for what I have done. And I regret it every single day.
This is the mental health segment. It's not an easy subject. Mental health isn't an easy subject to talk about. I always let my guests choose whether they want to talk about a mental health topic or share a life experience, and I always reassure them that it's okay if they want to make it, or if they want to talk about a dark thing or a dark theme or a dark subject. We've spoken about a lot of very, very dark and very graphic stuff in the past, so that's not an issue. If you feel like some stuff in today's episode or this segment might trigger you, feel free to dip out, feel free to skip the segment, because we're going to talk about Wheezy's experience in a cult, a subject I've spoken about in the past, but I would love to see someone else's point of view. But the person I had who spoke about cults was, or his family was, or is a Jehovah's Witness, but he branched out of them. So it's in the past. It's a past episode. But as I said, today, or this is not an easy subject to talk about. I will let Wheezy do the talking and I will be listening. So go ahead, Wheezy.
All right. Yeah. So when I was 21, I was very alone and missing something in my life, and I didn't know quite what it was, and I was just floundering. And I had a coworker invite me to this church, and when I went there, it was welcoming. more welcoming than I've ever had. And I know now that they call it love bombing, where they go and they spend all this time talking to you and think you're the greatest person ever. And for me, it felt like I found somewhere where I belong. And I kept going, kept going, kept going, and eventually I decided that's what I wanted to do with my life, is to be part of this church. I knew it at the time. They said it was for money saving, but they all lived in the same house. So there was like 14 or 15 people living downtown in the same house. It became like 7 days a week of how do I describe it? Just constant work. And I found out later, watching documentaries, that that's how they control you, is exhaustion. When you're that exhausted and that broken down, that's how they can get in and control you. It was all hard labor. It was all moving this to here and this to here, and there's definitely a lot of manipulation, a lot of control as you go through it, to the point where it's like, we need to buy Christmas gifts for the preacher's son, and so we're taking out loans in our name to buy them an iPad when we're living off of one sandwich and a bag of chips for a while there. It's wild because all of this happened. It all happened in a place downtown Denver at the time. And eventually they started moving up to having a service up in the mountains, burning bridges left and right. And kind of to summarize it up, eventually we had opened up a diner and I was in charge of the kitchen. And I was working a good 18 hours a day-ish. So I would start at 5 or 6 in the morning, wake up, go downstairs, get the kitchen prepped, get it ready, go through the entire day, close the kitchen at 10 p.m., clean it up, get rid of all the grease. And then, we'd go upstairs, shower, rinse off, and then pass out and get up the next day and do it again. And the entire time, I'm trying to move up within the church and show that I have value and purpose, but they'll give it to you and then take it away, and then they'll give it to you and then take it away. And that's another form of the control that was over me. I moved from house to house. There was one time I lived in multiple garages, that's where my bed was, and I would just live in the garage. That's where I would sleep. I was always the lower tier of the church, not the upper tier, around the pasture. And it grew pretty big at a certain point. There was a decent following, and then everybody kind of let on to what it was and then started leaving. But towards that point in time, I had actually met my wife through this. She had attended a couple church services, and we joke about it all the time, where the first thing I noticed about her was her butt, but literally that's what I did. But I apologize if the humor offends. That's just how I deal with
No,
with this.
this is how I deal with stuff as well. Like, you need to just
Okay.
humor yourself. Like, I make fun of kind of like, not make fun as in like a bad way, but like I just turn everything a little bit comedic just to ease the tension.
Yeah. I feel like the hardest part is you belong there because you've been told you belong there. But then you're also told constantly over and over you're worthless and you don't really matter to the whole picture. So I struggle with that to this day. My wife gave me the strength to leave, but it did cost me my relationship with my family. Because that's what they do. They isolate you from everybody. and so I haven't talked to my family in a good 17 years. Um, and we recently started to try to make it work. And I he my dad friended me on Facebook, and it I sent him an email saying, hey, here's my part and here's your part, can we come together? And he just never replied to it. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it's just done. It cost me financially, because my credit was completely destroyed from it. It cost me relationship wise with my family, and it's been a whole lot of rebuilding. I left and I had nothing. They gave me $800 and a car that had 3 cylinders running on it, and kind of built where we're at today. And it's taken a lot of hard work. And the reason I wanted to share this story is to show that it can be done. You're never alone. There's always resources you can fall back on. I know it feels like you're alone, but if you want to get out of that situation, you can. My DMs are always open. I'm always willing to talk to people and help them out. It was such a hard thing to go through, and then starting back over, because as soon as they said I wanted out, or they kicked me out at that point in time, because they realized they couldn't really control me anymore, because I found that what I was looking for within my wife, and she didn't want to be part of the church. And I'm glad, because she pulled me out. She changed my entire life, and she's still stuck by my side through everything. But don't get lost in it. There's always a way out. Yes, it sucks. It's going to be hard, but never give up. Always keep pushing forward. And I've gotten some good things out of it. I know how to run a business. I know how to push myself past what I think I can push past. Definitely gained a lot of knowledge from it. And like I said, if it weren't for that, I wouldn't have met my wife. So everything happens for a reason in my mind. But just never give up. Don't, if you want out, there's always a way, and you can get out.
Oh yeah, definitely. Always reach out when you're in need. This is why, sometimes I tell people, hey, if you need to talk, my DMs are open. They're like, I'll be okay, I appreciate it, but I feel like they might need that, so I don't force myself on them. But also, I ask myself, I have people to vent to, and I just go in and just vent and then leave, and then I tell them, sorry if it came off as overwhelming, but I needed that. Even me, with that cheery personality that I have, everybody needs someone to talk to at some point.
Exactly. And there's always people around. You're never completely alone within the trouble you're having, within whatever situation you're in. You can always push through it, and it helps to have somebody there.
Yeah. Plus, also being part of a cult, it's not easy, because where I live, I feel like I'm being part of a cult, or I am part of a cult, because I see some aspects of my country as forced or forcible, whereas in sometimes I feel forced to abide to stuff I don't even want, or I don't even connect with, or I don't even agree with, just to save myself some troubles, or just to be away from drama and stuff. And it feels like a cult if you cannot escape, if you know what I mean.
Trust me, that makes complete sense. Just a cult on a much bigger scale.
Yeah. Anyways, Wheezy, is there anything else you'd like to add? before we end?
I think that's everything I have.
Okay. But thank you so much for your time again. Guys, make sure to check out Wheezy on Twitch, Wheezy_AF. It's the episode handle. Also, before I forget, tell everybody a little bit like when's your schedule, when's your next stream, or what are you streaming in the future?
Yeah. First of all, congratulations on 100 episodes. That's a
Your
giant feat.
episode 102. Thank you.
102. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, congratulations on that. I do stream Tuesday nights Mountain Standard Time starting at 9 p.m. and do stream Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. And then Saturday or Friday and Saturday both starting at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time again.
That's cool. Make sure to check Wheezy out, please. Part of this amazing community called Purge Valley. And make sure to drop a follow. Like, all the support, all the love will be shown. And they do kind of, or they have the same things or the same kind of mentality that I have. Like, if you want to reach affiliate, or if you have a certain follower goal, do not hesitate. Always contact. So this is why,
100%.
yeah, I stick around. This is why I stick around. Sometimes I also hate when I don't, or when I like try to say something and I don't finish my sentence. It's bothering me.
No worries. You're good. I get it.
All right.
I get it.
But
Thank you for having me.
of course, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay amazing, take care of yourselves, and stay safe. Bye.